Martin. Thank you. Here are your top stories.
Experts claim they have found the Holy Grail inside a Spanish basilica. When asked why it took nearly 2,000 years to find, they replied, "No one expects the Spanish basilica!"
A recent photo taken at the G7 summit showed Vladimir Putin to be absent. This just goes to show that our key world leaders are no longer putting up with it.
Second Lady Jill Biden broke her left wrist in a fall and will have to wear a cast for 6 weeks. Her husband, Vice President Joe Biden, has switched positions on the couch accordingly for romantic movie nights.
Apple has just released its first major update for iOS 7. Consumers are excited for their phones to be exactly the same, but run even slower.
In North Korea, Kim Jong-un is now demanding that all males get their haircut like him. Well, there goes sex in North Korea.
The Burger King baby has been reunited with her birth mother. And yes, it was Dairy Queen.
I guess Burger King forgot to wrap his Whopper. A massive barn fire near Saskatoon killed 3,500 young pigs. No people were injured, but everyone sure did enjoy the bacon.
4 smart cars were flipped over by vandals in San Francisco this past weekend. Not so smart upside down, are ya?
A man was killed in California after being swept out to sea during a beach baptism ceremony. This tragedy brings to mind Romans 3:17. Thou shalt not get baptized in the ocean if thou cannot swim.
Firefighters in London say that a fire was caused earlier this week by a bird carrying a cigarette. I guess the bird picked the wrong day to give up nicotine patches.
A man in Texas remains unemployed after he accidentally attached a picture of his penis to his resume. Wait for it. He was confused when he didn't get the job. He really thought he had the entire package.
Open University in the United Kingdom found couples without children are more satisfied with their relationships than couples with kids. Is it science if you just state the obvious?
A customer at an Albuquerque Applebee's was horrified to discover a metal screw inside of her burger. In the restaurant's defense, she mentioned her allergy to nuts, but hadn't said anything about bolts.
A woman in Texas is currently being tried for allegedly stabbing her boyfriend in the face 25 times with a stiletto heel. Apparently, she was past the point of letting him try to walk a mile in her shoes.
A German company has created a pair of robotic strippers. Finally, something in which we can all spend our hard-earned bitcoins.
A man in Hawaii used miso soup to fight a raging house fire earlier this week. Though this is a feat worthy of admiration, when reached for comment, the man sadly said, "Me so homeless."
A New Jersey man was arrested when his son was found with 48 heroin packets at daycare. You know something is truly shocking when you're still surprised even after you find out it happened in New Jersey.
An Englishman is trying to get revenge for being scammed by an online seller by texting him the entirety of various William Shakespeare plays after he failed to receive a PlayStation 3 he thought he had ordered. In other news, this guy needs a girlfriend.
A British teen reportedly tried to commit suicide because he wasn't satisfied with the quality of his selfies. In other words, he tried to kill him selfie.
A Portland resident called 911 claiming he had an emergency when his 22-pound cat was allegedly holding him hostage in the bathroom. Sounds like the cat was not the only giant pussy.
HBO's fledgling comedy series, Silicon Valley, has been hard-pressed to blossom in the ratings department. Although something tells me a good way to boost ratings would be to simply put that silicone into a nice pair of boobies.
Following its historic Best Picture win at the Academy Awards, producers of 12 Years a Slave immediately greenlit the sequel, 150 Years of White Liberal Guilt.
A New York high school teacher was arrested for stealing tubas from the school band program and selling them to fund her heroin addiction. She did, however, get a new TV pilot on AMC entitled Breaking Brass.
Spanish singer Shakira was recently crowned the Queen of Facebook for having the most followers at 86.6 million. My first instinct was to disagree, but then I remembered that her lies don't lie. Thank you, Jackie.
Actor Chris Evans announced that he would retire from acting after the latest Avengers film. No word, though, on when he started acting.
On April 12th in San Francisco, artist Ezra Croft debuted his latest exhibition, an art show with Nicolas Cage as its subject. Critics are calling the show a national treasure.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the news tonight.
Good night.